So this book was a mess, basically. So we're gonna get back in the car now. I know everybody is like, oh my God. I know that was kind of like a huge bomb dropped. Um, I know that was like a huge bomb, but we're gonna get into the book for tonight. We are going to have some laughs tonight. We are going to go on with our regularly scheduled programming tonight. Okay. So let's do that. So tonight we are talking about Fat Mom. We are talking about the mess of Piggy, Tab, Khyro, and Chris and Buck are like the main characters in the book. So I have said more than once, because we had the group chat going and everybody was in there, they was going off on Khyro and all of that stuff. I've said multiple times that there weren't any victims in this book. Nobody was a victim in this book. Okay. So, but somebody could have been more wronged than the other people. Do you all think that anyone in this story was more wrong? We'll get into the specifics, but just off the bat, do you all think that anybody was more wrong than someone else in the story? Because everybody in the story was wrong. Everybody was in here being a whole mess. I agree, no victims at all. Right. So it was not no victims in this story. So you think Piggy was a victim? Okay. Somebody said Piggy was a victim. So Piggy. So cause somebody said that it was the principle of it all, just how everything went down. So we'll get into that right now. So the story starts off with Tab. Oh, you saying Piggy was wrong? She was more wrong than everybody else? So the story starts off with Tab and her boo Chris. So it's like this hot sex love, hot sex scene. Somebody is getting it in, right? We find out during the course of this sex scene that Tab is married, right? While Tab is getting it in, her cousin calls. And her cousin is like, I need you to come get me. Buck is tripping. Buck is her cousin Piggy's boyfriend. She was like, he hitting on me. I'm tired of this. I am, I need some help. So she called her cousin. They are a little bit estranged. They estranged. Did I say that right? They used to be really close back in the day, and that's why she called her. But they're estranged right now. They not really talking and stuff like that. She called her cousin in the middle of her love making session, like, girl, come pick me up. Buck is beating on me. I'm tired of this. I need to get away. So she's at her neighbor's house. I think she might be half clothed or her clothes torn up. She's just in a really bad way. So Tabitha is like, her name Tabitha, they call her Tab. So she like, I'll come pick you up, girl. No, she was like, all right, I'll come get you. But Tab, you can tell that she kind of funky about it. So she was finna get ready to get done with what she was doing. Then she was gonna go help her cousin. But the guy was like, nah, I'm good. Go on help your cousin. That then kind of ruined the move, right? So at the beginning of the story, we know that Tabitha is cheating with Chris. We know that Piggy is being abused by Buck. We know that Khyro, or we think that Khyro, who is Tab's husband, has ED. Okay, so it's already started. This is like page 3. Okay, so when Tab goes to pick Piggy up to rescue her, I'm thinking like, go cousin, blah blah blah, right? So she go pick her up to rescue her, but she's just being like a whole bitch about it. Like, okay, where you going now? Like, I came to help you. And Piggy like, dang, we cousins. You supposed to have my back. Piggy doesn't have no support. So if she goes to her mom's house, her boyfriend knows where she is. He's going to go there. Her mom is not going to back her up. Like, I'm feeling really, really bad for Piggy at this point. Okay. So, I'm feeling bad for her. Tab is pissing me off because she's not really backing her up. She's telling her that she needs to go back with the man that she just ran from. Right. So off the bat, she set the tone for you not to like Tab. Am I right? She's setting the tone for you not to like Tab. Okay. So I ain't feeling Tab. So when she pick her up, Piggy like, I don't have nowhere else to go. I don't have no support. I was thinking I could come and stay at your house. And Tab is like, girl, okay. Like no compassion, no empathy, no, like I'm saying, Tab is on the list. Right. So Tab is on my list right now. I ain't feeling her. So she takes her to the house. No, so they there for 5 minutes. She basically took her to her house with her husband and dropped her off. And I guess her thinking is he has ED. So of course ain't nothing gonna be going on between them. And she had her man over here that she had been messing with all this time. So she got something else to get back to. She was going back, right. So she was going back to the guy that she had just got through screwing on her husband and left her cousin there with him, right? So she had mentioned to Piggy like he don't like people coming over our house. Piggy had never been to her house. And so she was like, he don't like people coming over here. He kind of standoffish, yada, yada, yada. Right. So Piggy is feeling uncomfortable because she didn't just dropped her off her with her husband that she don't think talk or like her or anything, and went on to go finish fucking the other dude, Chris, or whatever. So Piggy is down bad. She done just left this abusive relationship. She ain't got no money. Hold on, let me see what I wrote down here. Yeah, I got notes. My life is not together enough for me to be trying to wing nothing. So I got notes. So I talked about that. Yes. So yeah, so she got her. So she down bad. She ain't got no money. She ain't got no clothes. She ain't got no cell phone. She has absolutely nothing. Like she is at rock bottom. She does not have anything. Okay. So the first thing that happens, the first interaction that her and Khyro have is again, Tab is not at home. She done went out. Piggy is hungry and he offers her a meal. Okay. At this point, do y'all feel like he is grooming her? Because he kind of playing nice. In the back of my mind, he mean, he standoffish, he don't like people, but he feeding her. And it was like he was just real cool about it. It wasn't no trip, right? So he buys her a meal, right? He buy her a meal. So that's cool. Piggy takes the meal. So Piggy is down on her luck. She ain't got nothing. Did she think about prostituting, stripping, OnlyFans, something like that? Did she? Was she thinking about something? Because she was like, I need a master plan. I need something that I can do to get my hands on some money right now. So that's her mind frame, right? So one night, Khyro goes out. He go out to kick it, and Tab is not at home. Piggy is washing her clothes because she only got one outfit. She's washing her clothes. While her clothes are washing, she's in the bed naked. But I guess she didn't have any other choice. Maybe she could have asked her cousin for some clothes because why is you in this woman's house naked in the bed? I mean, I know you're not in the room with the man, but still, it's just still not sitting right. Okay? So she naked. So Khyro done been out, he done been drinking. Y'all. Khyro done been out, he done been drinking. Piggy is in the bed naked because she washing her clothes because she only got one outfit. Tabitha is out being a hoe. Okay. Khyro comes home and he a little drunk and he propositions Piggy and says, you do something for me, I do something for you. I know you down on your luck. I know you ain't got no money and yada yada yada. You go ahead and help me get my rocks off, and I'll hook you up. I'll give you some money. And so she like, damn, this messed up. Now, when I'm reading the book, I'm feeling bad for Pete because I feel like he's taking advantage of her. It was giving rape for real, if I'm being honest, because she only did it because she felt like she had to basically, and he knew that she was down on her luck when he propositioned her, right? So this is where my moral compass goes left. Okay. When he propositioned her, I'm feeling bad. I'm feeling bad for Piggy. I feel like he's taking advantage of her. I feel like, he's basically doing something that she doesn't want him to do, which to me is just all out wrong. But Nicole Jackson was writing these sex scenes so good that my wrongness didn't last for long, because he was giving her the business and she was liking it. Therefore, I was liking it and feeling horrible about liking it. Was anybody else that read the book in this position? Let me know. Because I'm like, he wrong, he wrong, he wrong, but it feels so right to Piggy. So I'm rooting for this. Okay. Every last one of them. Okay, Angela killed every last one of them. Okay, so I was feeling bad for Piggy, but I was also rooting for Piggy's fat mom. Okay, because fat mom was getting it. Okay, all right. So that was, they was getting it in. Khyro was giving her some good stuff. That's what I'm saying. So I was like, oh my God, I'm liking this, and I shouldn't be, because he's taking advantage of her. But he was giving her the business, and Fat Mom was feeling it, and Piggy was too. So boom, that's the first time that they have sex. Yes, they be having you question your whole morals, Lisa. So that was the first time that he propositioned her, right? So then um he was taking advantage of her. Piggy had that good. Okay. So remember, at the beginning of the book, we thinking Khyro got ED. He obviously does not. He has DD. Yeah, a big long one. It was giving it to Piggy. Okay. So we thinking, so what's going on? What's up? So we can already tell that I guess there's something wrong with he and Tabitha's marriage, because she out here cheating. He got ED, but obviously don't have ED. So we wondering what is going on. What's up here? Come to find out, first of all, Piggy is really his type, because she a little thick, curvy something. Yes. So she a little thick, curvy something. Tab thinking he ain't gonna like Piggy because Piggy is big. Wait a minute. First of all, let me run this back. Who all had somebody in their family named Pig, or knew somebody named Pig or Piggy or something like that? I feel like that was totally a Black thing. I definitely knew a Piggy, and I feel like you probably didn't have no well-rounded family if you didn't have nobody in your family with a nickname Pig. So shout out to all the pigs out there. So Piggy is thick, and that's really what Khyro be looking at. I can't even remember how him and Tab ended up getting together, but she's like, she eating whole foods. She's thin, and thin as wind, and he knows that she's cheating on him. So all of that is just turning him off, and I guess that's what's making his dick limp, because he didn't have no problems putting it down on Piggy. Okay. So that was the first time that he propositioned her. And he treated her kind of bad to me, but then again, he kind of took care of her a little bit. Yeah, he was only into the thick girls. So when do y'all think that he started feeling her? It wasn't after the first time, right? So Piggy was wrong, but in her defense, she was down bad. So are we still thinking that Piggy wrong at this point? Because it's like, what do I do? Plus, Tabitha treating her like shit every step of the way. So she was kind of getting back at Tab for treating her so bad, because she like not wanting to feed the girl, knowing the girl ain't got no money and all kind of stuff. So it's like, oh, all right, I can get some money. So after he fucked the shit out of her this one night. He bought her a cell phone. He bought her some clothes, all kind of stuff. So you saying Piggy ain't wrong, Monica? Piggy still wrong. Rhonda say Rhonda don't be giving nobody no passes for nothing. So Piggy is still wrong. But she was down bad, okay? So Khyro wants to keep Piggy around. Tab is ready for Piggy to go. She like, okay, what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? And Khyro want her there. He keep finding excuses for her to stay there. Okay. He was giving her the business. He had her having orgasms just from nipple play. Y'all, see, we be telling y'all the books. We'll tell y'all the book. We gonna get out. But these sex scenes, you need to read them for yourself because they are so hot, steamy, and nasty. Okay, because Khyro was putting it down. Okay, so Piggy was liking it. She was liking it. She knew it was wrong. Knew this was her cousin husband, but she was starting to feel it. Okay. Now, my favorite part of this book was when he had that girl washing dishes naked. So I read the book first, and then LaCoria and Patrice read it. And when this thing happened in this book, I sent it to them, like the whole page. Like, read all of this, not just a snippet or a quote, but read the whole thing. Read the whole page. It was the best part of the book to me. That's all she had to put in there was that. So I'm going to give y'all a little snippet of what he said to her while this was going on. Mama said, I know not to ever cross you, Monica. So when they doing these dishes, he told this girl to he told her to wash the dishes naked, right? So first she was like, no, I'm not doing that, right? He told this girl he would give her $100 a minute to wash the dishes naked. What is y'all doing? What y'all doing at this point? $100 a minute, is you doing it or not? Are you doing it or not? And she's already been sleeping with him, so she knows that he's going to give it to her. You wash the dishes naked, Rhonda. That's what I'm saying. He said, don't stop. Whisper in my ear while circling my pearl. Keep washing the dishes. Oh my God. Like so messed up. They're in this woman's house. Okay. Tab is wrong as 2 left feet, but they is in this woman's house. This girl is naked, washing dishes, having sex with her husband, with Tank playing in the background. Help us, Lord. You was watching them slow. Slow. Oh my goodness. I was like, y'all. So at this point, Piggy is starting to feel Khyro. Patrice coming on, y'all. The bedroom translator about I ain't doing it right. I didn't do it right. So, baby, let me tell y'all, moral compass is out the window at this point. I'm feeling Tab and Khyro and Piggy because they is getting it. Okay, they are getting it in. So is feeling Piggy. Like he not just having sex with her at this point. He kind of is, but he kind of not. Like he's liking her. He actually likes her, right? So he buying her all this stuff. He's giving her money. He's feeding her, paying all her bills, I guess, because she living in his house, sexing her crazy. Okay, but Piggy still got a little bit of a conscience. She's feeling a little bad about this. Okay, she feels bad. But what do you do? What do you do in this case? Hi, Patrice. What do you do in this case? What you doing? You saying no, 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 no? When it's really yes, 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 yes. What you got to say, Patrice?
I'm coming in hot, y'all.
What you got to say?
You know what? I get all of the wrongness and all of that kind of stuff, but sometimes you just got to get it out the motherfucking mud.
Getting it out the mud, Patrice.
Sometimes you got to get it out the
Because
mud.
Khyro was making it hard. He was making it hard. Between the money and the sucking and fucking, he was making it hard. It wasn't no to that.
You know what? And I just think that unpopular opinion, I get that she was wrong. I get that she was in her cousin's house and all of that, but at some point she was like, I gotta do something for me.
She
My
did say
my
that.
my this I'm not saying the N-word anymore, so I'm gonna say naysayer. Like this naysayer over here been beating me breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I've been trying to do everything that I can to help. And then I try to go to my mama for help. And if I go somewhere, she telling him where I'm at. It's like, so I can't get no help from my mama. And then my cousin, when she do come help me, she make me feel this big. It's like, for the way that she treated her, she could have left her over here. She could have just left her somewhere, but her cousin came and helped her. So at this point, she gets somebody who's showing her some attention, giving her a little change, got her bent over the dishes. It's like, it's time to get something for me.
Loving you is wrong.
So you know what, she was wrong, but I think at some point she was just like, you know what, I'm gonna do something for me.
Okay, so Pro is taking care of her basically. Then he takes her. He didn't drop both of their asses off to get their hair done and paid for it. Okay, at this point, like knock, 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 Tabitha.
Tabitha is a dang fool. It's like, Tabitha, now look, but
Tab.
what can Tabitha say? Because she want to live that life too.
Tab, sis. I mean, I know you got other stuff going on, but baby, he's paying for. He don't want her to leave. He keep making excuses of why she don't have to leave, and he's sending y'all both to the beauty shop and getting y'all hair nails done.
And then they all going out to dinner as a team.
They in a throuple. They in a throuple. And nobody can
no,
tell
they not
me
in
that
no
Tab
throuple.
didn't know.
They not in no throuple. You want to know why?
Why?
Because Tab ain't getting no dick. Not from him. Not from him. She not.
Outside. Tab is on the outside. She ain't getting nothing. He want her to sit in the back seat and let Piggy sit. Hey, get your ass back there. So Piggy becomes the lady of the house. Piggy becomes the woman of the house, baby. She cooking, she sucking and fucking.
And then yet Tab can't cook. And I'm like, okay, the least you could do is fry this man some catfish every now and then again. Some hot water cornbread or something. She ain't cooking. And then when she do get something to eat, she getting stuff he don't like. I'm like, do you want this man to leave you?
She didn't care. I don't think she cared. Okay, so I think at this point we know. So the reason that Khyro is staying with Tabitha, even though he really ain't feeling her, he know she cheating on him, all that stuff, is because they did not have a prenup and he got money. He doesn't want to give her half of his fortune. So he thinks, okay? So that's why he's keeping her around. That's what he's telling Piggy, all that. I don't want to give her all my money. Okay? So Piggy then became the woman of the house. The cousin was talking stuff to Piggy at first, and Piggy was kind of, like, this all I got, so I ain't gonna say nothing. Baby, when he was putting that thing on her, he started spending that money. Piggy was like, bitch, you better shut up.
Piggy started walking around in volleyball shorts. That's basically a pair of panties. And then she bent over fixing plates and stuff. And this girl, she did cook some smothered fried pork chops, macaroni and cheese, greens, jams, some banana pudding and some homemade biscuits.
Baby, I don't know what the hell Khyro was saying. Piggy would have been gone. Baby, you got to go. I don't care what he said. You are out of here, ma'am.
I would have waited until he was at work. I would have waited until he was at work, and she would have been gone, locks changed, everything.
Boom. Okay. So the funniest part of this book to me, y'all, and this should not have been funny, but only because Tab was such a bitch and she was just so.
I know what you're gonna say too.
When they locked her out their house for 2 hours, So first of all, her
Was it
man
only
broke
2
up with
hours,
him.
Shaquana? I felt
It
like
was
it was
two,
longer.
and it was 2 hours. It was 2 hours, but that was long enough. So she went to go be with her other man. He got him another woman, and she pregnant. So Tab, he done with Tab. So the one she was cheating with at the beginning of the book, he done with her. I'm tired of you. I've been waiting on you to leave that nigga for too long. Now I got me another woman. She pregnant. We finna be a family. Go on, take your ass
And
home,
she come
Tab.
to the door. She was like, babe,
So she
babe,
stayed
who at
out
the
all
door?
night because she depressed about her side nigga.
Mhm.
So she depressed about him. And so she stayed out all night. So by the time she come home, Khyro done put the deadbolt on. So she can't get in unless he let her in. So she is out there banging on her door at her
Shaquana,
residence.
I would have been through the window. Do you hear me? Do you
Knowing
hear
both of
me?
them in there. And he done locked you out.
I would have been, I'm telling you, I would have bust one of them windows. I would have been in that house. Trust me. Unless they had them
So
steel bars on the
they
windows like they
they
did in the
making
80s.
love at this point. They ain't sexing no more. They making love all over the house, everywhere.
Well, they was, and so when she out there banging and waiting on him to come, he laying up marinating in the coochie. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know how when y'all get finished and he still lay inside of you for a while and don't pull out, you know, that when you pull out, you're like, oh no, he ain't pulled out yet. He just up in there resting in the
And
coochie.
Tabitha's outside knocking on the door. She can't get in. She knocking, but she can't get in.
And I want to say he took a little nap, like he fell asleep and woke back up in it and hardened. I just,
She said, I've been out there for 2 hours. I've been out there. So I want to let her go. So now, like towards the middle end of the book. So the book just gets so messy at this point. It's just like every turn there's mess. Tab was not only cheating with the side dude Chris, but she was cheating with his cousin. What was his name? Mike. Khyro was finna beat Mike up for flirting with Piggy in front of everybody.
well, remember, did you talk about the part when he took Piggy, like he went to his mother house
And they
and
went to the
brought
grocery
Piggy
store.
too, and then took her in the bathroom and bust her down in the bathroom? Do you
At the
remember that
mama
part?
house. I don't remember.
She was like, "Go, boy, go." He was like, "Girl, if you don't been over."
They was out of pocket. They was out of pocket. They was really out of pocket. But I never felt bad for Tab at no point. Maybe she was stuck outside. Maybe when she was stuck outside. But that was the only time I felt kind of bad for her because that was messed up because they was having them a good old time in that house while she was sitting outside banging on the door. Okay.
They made
So,
love. I think that's when the baby was conceived because they got
okay,
it.
so that brings us to our next point. Piggy's pregnant. How Piggy get pregnant? She ain't got no money. She ain't got nowhere to stay.
She ain't had
Where's
no
your baby daddy,
clothes.
ma'am? Right here in this house.
But why don't Tab like whoever the baby daddy is? I'm like, she ain't been nowhere but in your man car. The only time she leave is when he take y'all to get y'all hair done and to get food and to go visit Big Mama. Other than that, she ain't left. She here cooking and cleaning.
Tab, baby, wake up. Tab, what's going on up here? Tab. So now she's pregnant. At this point, you really need to leave because you've been screwing someone. If I'm Tab and you ain't left yet, you gotta go now. Because not only
Now,
are we taking care of you, but now we finna be taking care of you and your baby.
no, you own to something. It's like, okay, it's kind of like here in Michigan, you don't get a lot of snow. All these people put this stuff on Facebook talking about who can come plow my snow. I'm like, whoever you fucking need to be plowing your snow. So
That's
that's
what
like
I'm saying.
whoever she is screwing need to that's where she need to be.
Her out. This her out. This your out, Tab. But guess what? Khyro don't want her to leave because that's his baby. And Tab, you got to know that's his baby. You
And so they
got to
watching,
know.
so they watching her grow. And then it makes she starts falling in love. Tab starts falling in love with Piggy's baby bump. And she just looking at her man like how attentive he is. I think did he start going to doctor's appointments?
Yeah, he was doing everything.
And then she come in the kitchen and he rubbing her stomach. The baby kid. She didn't cook dinner. She didn't fry some chicken. And they in the kitchen, and she was like, oh, the baby kick. And he kneels down on a knee and is touching her stomach. And Tab is, I'm like, girl, do you have a learning disability?
Basically. No, she had her blinders on. Tab was trying to preserve herself. She
Because
was
now
trying to
she
make
said she
sure.
want to start being more, she want to make herself viable to him because the man that she wanted is out the picture. And
So
so now
now she
he
want to
was
save her marriage. Baby, it's too
wait a
late. This
minute, I
man
think
got a whole nother baby. He got a baby on the way.
and he still ain't having sex with you, girl. And this girl's stomach is growing by the day.
Right. So this was the next funniest part. The first funniest part was when Tab was stuck outside. The next funniest part is this girl has this baby, names this baby after this woman's husband, but can't tell her the baby name. So she started calling the baby
Junior or something, or
no,
little
she called that
KK,
baby
or
like
what was they calling the baby?
Tinkerbell or something. What was that baby name? Because it wasn't even no little boy name. It was a little boy, but the nickname that she gave him, it was like that don't even
It was
fit.
a name like Shadow or something. It was a weird,
Somebody put
whimsical
the name in the
name.
chat because the name was very crazy. So
But
she can't
no.
tell her cousin her baby's name because the baby is named after the cousin's husband.
So
It's a
wait a minute.
junior.
That ain't even the funniest part. The funniest part is they got her babysitting.
Just knew she was finna kidnap that baby. Like, y'all want to play with me? Y'all want to play in my face? Me and little Twinkle Bell finna be gone. And y'all ain't gonna have no baby. I thought the ending was finna take a turn. Some crazy stuff was about to happen because she was so close to the baby. I was like, she gotta know that this. I know the baby looking like
Rhonda
him.
said the baby's name was Twinkle. Yeah, I know it
Twinkle.
was something whimsical.
She didn't name this baby Twinkle, so she don't have to tell
No,
the
she didn't
cousin that
name
the
this
baby.
baby Khyro.
Yeah.
And then I want to say the daddy found out about it. He was like, so what we got going on here? Because I think the dad is the one who caught them
Anybody with
screwing.
two eyes can see what's happening here. What's going on?
So then he starts getting even more care. At this point, I'm not even going to say he gets careless. He get to the point where he just don't care. Him and what Piggy is in the room. They take the baby in there with Tab, and then they go back in her room. Did they take over the master suite?
I think they did. But listen, this book was so messy when it first started, and she was standing in the guest room when they first started humping. It was a full-size bed. So that made it even more funny and crazy that they was in there knocking the boots, getting down and dirty in the full-size bed.
But he bought her a king-size bed for her room.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he ended up buying her a bigger bed. But I felt like
goodness.
at some point in this book, they moved to the master suite. I felt like they did.
So here we go. She done had the baby. They so hot and heavy and in love. He knocks her up again immediately. I don't even think she didn't go to her 6-week checkup.
I don't think she went to her 6 weeks.
Pregnant again.
He couldn't. He had to get in that fat mind.
So now they about to have 2 kids together. Tab, baby, your time is up. Okay, but Piggy mama, who I didn't like at first, she came in the clutch and she told her, look, I don't care what he's telling you. If he wanted to be with you, even if he had to lose half his fortune, whatever the case may be, he'll be with you.
He would be with you.
So you need to straighten up. Okay? Because he got you over here looking crazy. Keep getting you pregnant and got a whole wife that's going to get half of everything.
Got these big head ass kids stretching you out.
And he's talking about he don't want to lose. Baby, we got to fix this. So her mama came and kind of talked some sense in her. So then she told him, kind of almost giving him an ultimatum, like, I'm about to go. I need my own space because you playing, right? So then he's trying to figure out how he can get out of this marriage. And the daddy came in the clutch, which it was kind of crazy. So Buck, if you remember Buck, he was kind of insignificant to me. He would play the role in the beginning, but come to find the book got so messy. So Tab was messing with Khyro's cousin, cheated on him with him. So back in the day when her and Piggy were real close, Tab was down on her luck and she had to go stay with Piggy and Buck the abuser. She got
You
pregnant
didn't
by
call that
Buck.
man Buck the abuser, did you? Stop it. Stop it.
She got pregnant by Buck the abuser when she was living with
With
Piggy and
her.
Buck.
So the devil just came home to roost.
Oh, you just could not feel bad for Tab. No matter her man is up here knocking this girl down, getting her pregnant every day, night of the week.
And she was
Every
in that
time.
how she got the gall to look down on people when she was in that exact same situation.
People
She
do it,
just
girl.
tricked. And really, Khyro wasn't in love with her. Khyro had a love of his life. And I want to say she died or something. And he was in mourning. And she caught him when he was in mourning. And that's how she was able to bamboozle her way into his life, because he wasn't in his right mind when he married her.
Right. So by the end of the book, Khyro and Piggy got 2 kids, or she pregnant again. She might have been pregnant on her 3rd baby by this point.
And look, this stupid Tab don't want them to take the baby away from her because she in love.
Right. So how it ends is Khyro and Piggy end up together. But how he gets out the marriage is his father made Tab sign a prenup before they got married, which I don't know why he never told him that. Why did he say he never told him?
Why did you make him go through all of that? 2 babies later. Why?
Yeah, he could have been got rid of this girl. You holding the prenup. I guess he said, I wanted to be sure you was done with her. Right? I wanted to be sure you was done with her. So now here he come with a prenup. So Nicole Jackson, so she messy. Okay. So at the end of the book, she comes home. Khyro and Piggy is in the master suite getting it in.
They don't never
She
stop
walks
fucking.
in.
Never.
Ever. It was that good to him. And he holds up the prenup in her face like, gotcha.
I thought it was funny that she had this man, but did you talk about the part when she had screwed him when he was on the couch drunk or something, and Tab came in and he thought it was Piggy. You know what I'm talking about?
What did he say?
And then Piggy and Piggy was pissed. She was in her room and she heard them, and he begged. He was like, now this man had sex with his wife, but he's sitting up here explaining to his wife's cousin jump off. It was just, that was a messy mess, but it was entertaining.
It was very entertaining. It was good. The sex was good in this book. The story was entertaining, so it kept you in the drama of the book, and it was only 136 pages. So she get you in, she get you out.
She did.
Like that.
He made her wash them dishes. He was with just the apron on, and then he came up behind her. She was stopped because it was spilling good. He said, "Nah, keep washing them dishes." Keep washing them dishes. So she kept washing.
I never want to wash dishes so much in my life.
I'm like, I want to bust a sud.
Good. It was fun. So I wanted to give y'all something fun. Like our last couple of books been kind of heavy. So as it relates to what I was talking about earlier in the podcast, I am going to postpone next week's podcast. Wrath ain't gonna get no look. This my 2nd time doing this, but I need the week off, and we're gonna come back in February strong for y'all. But yes, I am going to cancel next week's podcast. We'll do it in the future. We probably won't do it in February, but maybe we'll do it for next
Wrath cannot be in the month of love.
Maybe it'll be next Halloween. Maybe we'll push it back to the end.
And that's where it originally was supposed to be.
Right. So I'm postponing next week. So we'll be back in February, and I'll let you guys know what books we're talking about in February. But I appreciate everyone. I appreciate all y'all love and support. Thanks for coming on with me tonight, Patrice, and your support. But yes, continue.
Here's a big hug, Shaquana. I love you, girlie.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you too. And this was good. This is therapeutic for me. Don't ever think I'm on here, and I don't want to be. Every time I come on here, I feel so much better by the end of the podcast because this is fun. It's something I really love to do, and I appreciate you all. And thank you for rocking with us tonight. So we'll see y'all later. The Black Girl Book Club podcast. The Black Girl Book Club podcast.
Hey,
Hey, bye
hey y'all,
bye.
and Daddy's coming home.
Woo! Oh yeah, February gonna be a good month. February gonna be a good month for the book community. So y'all be ready. Well, all right.